Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, welcome along. My name is Ben Somerville from Tsujigiri Collective, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this week's track reveal for our Friday night competition starting tomorrow night. We are here in sunny today, New Zealand, bringing you a quick broadcast, just showcasing the track so that you guys have something to look forward to going into the weekend, and so you know what's special this week. We've had a lot of people message us after the Formula D broadcast last week asking what's going on this week, and we can now finally reveal a few things that we have worked out. One of them is that those of you who were watching last week might remember that I, with certain amount of bravado, said that although Jared DeEnder is an extremely competent public speaker and presenter of Formula D, that he had seemed to suffer the same issues in the off-season that some of the drivers had, in that he was looking a little bit rusty. Some of the people on our stream pointed out that that was probably because he does enjoy a beverage or two whilst doing some of his broadcasts. Not that he was necessarily doing that this weekend, but it has been known for Jared to do some presentation a few shandies deep, and I very confidently said, well, I reckon I could do that too. So the challenge was put forward, and I said if we got to €300 on the Patreon, that I would do this week's live stream drunk. Now, I want those of you watching to keep in mind that right now it is 8:05 in the morning here in New Zealand. It is a beautiful sunny day, but that means that in order to start these broadcasts, I'm getting up at 6:30 anyway to make sure that everything's clean and ready to go. And it's a Friday night elsewhere in the world, and it's Saturday morning when we do the broadcast here. And this would be when we'd be live, so I'm going to have to get up tomorrow and start drinking very aggressively at 7 a.m. because a selection of our Patreons massively increased the amount they were contributing this month in order to tip us over that €300 mark. So if you tune in this week, you will discover that I will be doing tomorrow's broadcast out of my tree drunk at 8 a.m. in the morning. So that's fun, I guess. That's good, right? That's a thing. Yeah, so there's that to look forward to. In the meantime, one of the things that we did in order to make that seem more appropriate, because of my moment of extreme bravado, is we decided that this week we should basically force me to recreate Jared DeEnder's presentation from last week, and we are going here. So, welcome to this week's competition, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Road Atlanta. Isn't that exciting? I can already hear some of the groans from here. Some of you will be feeling like Road Atlanta just did not deliver last week during Formula D. It wasn't their strongest round that we've ever had there, but it's a great track, and it does actually make for fantastic battles when everything goes right. We've been very aggressive this week in making sure that the requirement for the lead line is particularly stringent. It should make for great competition. We're using the VDC track that they used last year for their very first round. Thank you very much to Chris Viltoski, Craig Fulgham, Dion Ku, and all the guys over at VDC for their help with this. And it starts to the right of your screens, off the track view there. You can't see it right now. It's hidden up to the right-hand side is where the start line is. And you come screaming, for those of you who are not familiar with Road Atlanta, literally screaming out of your mind, raging down the hill, and go for the initiation into turn 1. Now you can see that initiation zone is marked out with the three... well, you can't see it right now, but it is marked out with a 3, 2, 1 cone countdown. And where the decel zone is marked on your maps that you can see right now, that is starting at the 1 cone. So we expect drivers to come cleanly down that start, accelerating as fast as they can. You can get up to speeds exceeding 100 miles an hour quite comfortably here for Road Atlanta's entry, and then rotate the card hard. The car, not card, not people just flashing their visas around, although I would probably accept bribes if anyone ever offered me them. flick the car hard into that rotation, into the initiation, into that decel zone, starting at 1, the 1 zone, the 1 countdown cone, and that decel zone goes as far as the finish line, because we finish coming back up the hill at the end. So you go through there, under brakes from the 1 cone down to the finish line, and then it is back on the throttle to push through inside clip 1, which is also clip 7 on the way back going the other way, but we'll get to that shortly. So they're going to tuck up hard onto the inside at clip 1. There is a rumble strip there. It is not allowed to be used by the lead car. They're meant to be coming onto a mid-fast line, not using the full extreme width of the track here, because if you go all the way out to the outside edge of the track, you then end up making a choking action, like your Darth Vader choking up the guy behind you as you go through the next transition. So we want the guys to run cleanly out to a mid-line, coming on the throttle through 1, pushing hard forward, and then transitioning quickly across into 2. Now 2 is another inside clip, which also has a rumble strip, and the lead car is not allowed on that rumble strip either. So those first 2 corners, we are penalising the lead car heavily for use of the rumble strip, because on those inside lines, that is a great way to choke off the guy behind you and get a massive, massive advantage. As they transition out of 2, this is a full throttle zone. Now, many of you will see controversy from last week from Formula D in the way that that was handled in the final if you watched it. We have a very, very strict rule on this. One of the things that we've talked about in the past is the fact that we penalise heavily the lead car if they are considered to be unchaseable. Now, in that section, you will notice there is no decel zone. We expect our guys to be transitioning hard, fast, full throttle through that transition. We want you guys going hard at it, and we don't want to see the kind of contact that we saw in FD last week. Now, for my money, and this is purely personal, whilst the initial contact between Odie and Matt last week coming into turn 1 was definitely Odie's fault, my personal opinion, and that of most of our judges, is that yes, Minty, hard and fast, thank you for coming along. Vlad, hello, good morning, very nice track. Oliver Eppinger, crazy Atlanta, yeah, it's going to be crazy. My personal opinion, and some of our judges as well, is that if you go back and watch the replay from last week's Formula D round here, you will see Matt Field on the foot brake and on the handbrake immediately prior to that contact. And if our drivers are watching now and they're paying attention to what I'm saying, you will get absolutely railed by the judges for making that contact. And you'll notice I'm saying judges and not me, because I'm going to be out of my tree drunk, so I'm not going to get to make those kinds of decisions. I'm just going to be struggling, pressing buttons and talking and shit. So we want our guys transitioning hard and fast through that section onto that inside line, lead cars not using the rumble strip, and then up that hill aggressively out to that outside zone, clip 3. Now that does have a rumble strip that our drivers can use. They can run out fast onto that, and they can hit that as quickly as they want, roll through there and onto the power again afterwards. But you'll notice there's a decel zone starting midway up clip 3 and running before the keyhole. And we want our guys to be on throttle when they enter 3. That is crucial, but we do expect the lead car to start to slow down as they get up into the latter part of 3 and then flying round into the keyhole. We want them back on throttle well before they get into zone 4. That's crucial. So from 3 up into 4, that's a running an outside line, getting smoothly into 4, increasing angle. We're expecting our lead drivers to throw a lot of angle on going into that top section there, running the full outer zone at 4 where there's no rumble strip. They've got to just get on it, get through that clip and get pushed forwards without dropping a tyre, and then onto the inside line at 5. Now, this has no inside edge track markings there at all. We want the lead car to get cleanly around this without dropping a tyre, and it all should be on throttle, all in one smooth movement. So as they come through clip 5, back on the gas, hammer down, going through the transition. Now this is crucial, and if you're drivers, if you're watching this, if you're listening to the briefing through this now, when you come through clip 5, we want you staying hard over to the right hand side of the track. Hello on the live stream on the Facebook. I'm sorry I can't read a acrylic name, but hello to you too with 3 O's. You've got to get onto that inside line coming through clip 5, and we want the drivers in the lead position to stay on the right hand side of the track all the way through and to the transition. So you want to be hugging that inside line, the white line on the right hand side of the track. This is to make life easy for the guy in the chase position, because what we want is a good battle. We don't want you just smashing into each other and then an enormous gap and then smashing into each other again. We've put this line together, and the reason I'm talking through this line description is because we want good battles, and that means the driver has to be chaseable. So coming out of clip 5 there, hug the right hand side, and when you transition drivers, you're going to come wide into a mid-wide line in the centre of the track before the run down the hill. We do not want to see people holding the inside aggressive line, blocking off the chase drivers. We want a flowing transition, brings you out mid-line into that centre track and then pushes hard forward to clip 6, which was clip 2. Again, lead cars, not on the rumble strip. You've got to make sure that you are giving yourself in the chase position a chance to easily chase you there, so the lead driver can't go onto the rumble strip there, and they're going to flow forwards onto a mid left hand side of the track and then snap to transition to go through 7, which is clip 1 as well, and immediately roll straight back up the hill. That will be high angle, high throttle. And there's a rumble strip on the outside of the finish line. The guys are allowed to, and girls, we've got girls in this week, so the people involved in this week's competition are allowed to use that outside line onto that rumble strip on the way back up. So that is what we're looking at. And how does that track actually look in real life, I hear you ask, or not at all hear you ask, because I'm assuming that everyone's just listened to the sleepy tone of my voice and doesn't want to ask me any complex questions. But it doesn't matter, because I'm going to show you. And it looks like this. So, welcome to Road Atlanta. This is our track here. This is how it's looking. We're going to give you a flyover. There's already guys out practicing here, but this is your start line. You'll see right hand side lane leads. It's our normal start chicane from the Chris School of Cone Fuckery, where he will make your life miserable if you touch them. They are absolutely solid, like they've been concreted into the ground. From there, it's a fast run all the way down the hill, and this is a great perspective on this camera, and we've got Steve out practicing. Let's ride with him ish as he comes firing down the hill, and you can see he's getting up to speed as quickly as possible. There's your 3, 2, 1 cones on the right hand side. That's that big initiation. You decel from the 1 cone as far as the finish line here, then it hooks up into that inside edge going up through turn 1, and that is the section there where our drivers are not allowed to drop tyres in the lead position. Looking back up the hill, you can see just how massive the hill here is at Road Atlanta. A huge rundown in to that initiation point, and our decel zone nicely marked out by those 2 yellow lines on the left hand side from the 1 cone all the way down to the finish line there. Steve hooking it hard in, getting up onto the rumble strips in at 1, and then transitioning across into 2. There's another rumble strip that they're not allowed on, and then it's up that hard uphill drag race up into clip 3 with another big decel down into the keyhole. Nicely done by Steve there, slightly tight, he's having to back out. I apologise to Steve because he'll hate the fact that people are watching his practice runs. It's just coincidence, but you gave a nice demonstration of the speed there. So you're going to come flying through at clip 3 here. This decel is crucial. Let's have a look at this for a second from a different point of view. This decel is crucial here as the guys come flying and girls come flying into this outside zone. This is where the decel happens. This is going to be a full throttle drag up the hill, rotate onto a higher angle as you come through 3 with that slowdown, and we expect it to be in the latter half of that clip. Just a touch of brake to get the car settled and get the speed out of it that you need, and then they're going to be back on the throttle to run to that outside line at 4 that's way up at the top there, at the top of the keyhole, with the gravel trap behind it that so many people love to stand behind and get absolutely showered with. So coming fast through there, fast through 3, slow down hard at the end of 3, back on the throttle, running the angle up to increase angle coming through 4. Nicely done by Steve there. Oh, he's just caught the grass and looped it. I'm sorry, Steve. But coming through there, you're going to harden up that angle, pushing fast across from 3 to 4, and then angle up at 4, hard across to 5. And this is one of the things that I was talking about when we were looking at the track map a minute ago. This is one of the things that's going to be crucial. Is coming down through here. You can see the way that we have it set up. Over on the right hand side now on your screen, that's 4. That's that outside zone. We want people on throttle, angling up through 4 and pushing in towards 5, sorry. So that part at 5, that's your inside clip, and we want the lead car from where we're looking now, you guys and myself here, we want them to come across that inside clip at 4 and stay over to the right-hand side of the track as they come up through there. We want them on the right-hand side, pushing up through that section. And then when they make that transition across, that's when we're going to start to get them to really work on that transition. So it's crucial that as they go through there, they are making that movement onto the right hand side of the track. That is what we want. I'm going to put myself back up on the screen. So excited for this. It's Bobby. Let me know when I can join in to get some practice. Bobby, you should have the password already and be ready to come in and practice right now. The password should have been sent out by Anders or myself during the week to all of our competitors. So here, coming up through 5, that's where we want them over on that right-hand side, making sure they stay over onto that line, giving the chase car the best chance as they come into the next section, because if you stay out on that midline as a lead driver, you can really ruin it. So Steve, that's a nice line. Well, just came across to the left. You see, that's what we don't want, is where Steve just hooked up onto that there. He ended up on the cone, and that would have blocked off the chase driver. We don't want that. What we want is the guys to run smoothly there. If you're looking at the tyre marks that are on the floor, we want them to be over more towards the right-hand side set of tyre marks, so that when they transition, it takes them out cleanly, and I'll just move us over so we can see, onto this mid-line. You don't have to be running right the way out to the far side of the track, but it should be a fast mid-wide line coming out to the middle of the track so that guys can then push up onto your door coming back through into 6 and 7. That's what we want to see. So we've got other people out practicing now as well. The initiation at Atlanta, totally crucial. So that midline through there, tightening up onto 6, inside rules at 6. The rumble strip's not available for the lead car, it's only available for the chase in order to give them the chance to keep proximity. Smoothly across with a mid left-hand line to make sure that when they then snap through to go to 7, which is also clip 1, that they've got plenty of room to do so. And this is crucial. These guys are, this is our normal problem at Atlanta, is that guys, when they come in and start practicing, you can see it in the background there, just go tonking straight off into the distance, going to the beach. Down in that sandy section there. Just want to, day out at the beach with the family. Thought I'd build some sandcastles and, wreck my car a bit. So, through 6, onto the mid left-hand side of the track as the lead car, so that when they transition, it allows the chase car to snap up alongside them, gives them the room to really push up onto that door, coming fast through there, up onto the inside line at 7, which is clip 1 again, going back the other way. Remember, that rumble strip, not allowed for the guys to use there. They must make sure that they join that appropriately up through that inside line, giving the guys in the chase position the chance to use the rumble strip. And then we will head back over to the start. Apparently we won't. Apparently I will forget how to control video camera. Come on. There we go. So we're just watching their initiation there. These guys getting back on throttle. Steve getting left behind a little bit by, I'm assuming that's Minty, looking at the livery, who's been practicing a lot over the last few hours, or last night at least, dropping gravel in there. And this is what we mean. That rumble strip, not available for guys in the lead position. They've got to tuck smoothly across there, but the rumble strip that's out on the left-hand side across the finish line there, that is allowed. So they're allowed to get onto that early bit of finish line. That early bit of rumble strip that you can see there just before the finish line. So we're going to go down there for a second. This bit can be crucial, and this is because that finish line is smoothly run so that you can get onto that rumble strip, but the rumble strip is early on. Okay, the rumble strip is early on there, but it's not on the natural flow for this corner when it's run back the other way. So if the guys drop the wheels off that rumble strip, they get heavily penalised. It's a wheel drop. They've got to get onto the rumble strip, hooked up and across it, and then that's where that all starts to come together. So that's a quick track walk around. The guys you've got out there at the moment, you've got some of our regulars. We've got Steve, we've got Chris Lycup, we've got a few others. I'm going to jump in and do the demonstration in our latest demonstration vehicle, which is this. So I'm going to take the Transit around. Part of this is a mistake, I'm going to be totally honest with you, because we put the Transits in for judging vehicles so that we could test out how they are as judging vehicles, because they're a great billboard, aren't they? It's lovely, lovely big logos all down the side. Doesn't everything look great? Isn't it wonderful? Then I remembered that I would have to do a track demonstration and some of the practice sessions. So I'm going to take the rather lardy Transit for a drive around in a second, and then we will start doing things. We've got a few questions. Ryan Sider has just messaged me and said that he doesn't think that he's on the list. That's because he can't read. We have put Ryan's name down as Ian Koenig because Ian Koenig forgets constantly to load his setup, and so we have decided that we shall call Ryan also Ian Koenig because he forgot that he needed to load his setup last week and lost as a result. We had another one that did it as well. So I'm going to quit out of AC so that I can switch across to VR. So I'm going to do this. Tunk. Ryan's asking me for the password. He should already have it. Let's bring AC back up to load so that you guys, it's already in open VR. That should be awake. Let's join. Here we go. I'm being brought coffee and a nut bar. This makes me extremely happy. Thank you very much. Always brings back flashbacks of my normal career flying planes when someone brings me a coffee, hands it to me over my shoulder. It's like being back in the air. That's fresh. That's really hot. That's scalding. That really hurts the old, mouth parts. Ow. What a tit. Ryan, you have the password. It to you last week. Seriously, man, what is it with these idiots? Get yourselves together. Right, let's do this. We're going to take the Transit for a lap around Formula D's Road Atlanta. I should highlight that it is not your average postal delivery van. This has 950 horsepower and the lock kit and bit from I will just give you some sound because I just realised that you can't hear it. It's got the lock kit and bit from the bots are here early, that's good, from the RTR Mustang. So there you go. So just to highlight, this is the judging vehicle because it looks great to have a nice big judging vehicle sat there. I was not expecting to do a lap of Road Atlanta in the Transit, but I'm an idiot. I forgot that I was doing this particular stream today. So, here we are. I'm chasing a Eurofighter in a Transit. This can only go well, right? The Transit is surprisingly competitive. Oh, okay, that's really tickled me. This has no business being this good round here. This is hilarious. This is everything you could want and more. So Minty's in the 900 horsepower S15 there. You can see he's got a little bit more get up and go than me, but see if I can use the Transit to its maximum potential. No! God damn it! Hooked it over the side. Okay. See if I can hook back in. So there's a good line from Minty giving us that demonstration of the run back through and how it can be made easy for the chase driver. This is quite hard work. I genuinely forgot that this was something I was going to have to do today, but I'm pleased that it's happening because it's funny. Here we go. See if I can put a lead line in the Transit. Oh, it slows down better than I was expecting. Sorry, boys. I'll tell you what. That's really funny. I'm going to carry on with that. But first, I'm going to join the voice chat so you can hear this hilarity ensue. Ryan saying, no, I did not. Voice chats. So you've got a bit of audio in the background there. Let's join this lot here.
I'm random transit. This is the start line thing.
Hello, gentlemen.
Yeah. No,
Hello. Hello. Ryan,
Yeah,
you've had the password since the 9th of the month.
You did indeed. You did indeed. I do apologise.
No, that's all right. It's all right. I totally understand. I make accounts for the fact that some people are stupid.
Well, that's me. I feel like.
Ben,
I feel like.
I'm not in competition this week, but am I able to grab the service so I can jump in with you guys? Look up the party, jump in with you.
Oh, I don't know. Have you finally got a handbrake, Harry? Are you going to be able to actually do
I
something?
fixed it yesterday.
All right. Ryan, could you send Harry the password? I'm not going to be able to add any.
Jesus Christ, I'm not even getting paid for any of this.
I'm not going to be able to add any cars, Harry. So you just have to use what's available.
Oh yeah, of course, mate. There's still a Mustang in there. So
There's still the Transit, which I highly recommend. It's surprisingly competitive.
I'm about to download the Transit.
The Transit's in there for you, Chris Ennis. Your Transit as well. So I've made sure that the judges all have an appropriate Transit. Chris Viltovsky has a police van. Because Chris Viltovsky is the fun police.
Are you streaming?
I am streaming.
I won't say what I was about to say then.
Oh, don't be mean. Chris is lovely. Chris is lovely in very specific ways. You'll notice, like, those of you who've been watching our stream for a while might remember the microwave debacle, where I announced that we don't have a microwave in the house and everyone lost their minds. And this is going to be another one that's going to be weird for Northern Hemispherers. You might notice that I'm doing the stream in a hoodie. That's because there's no heating in the house either. And no insulation, really, to speak of. And it's cold, and someone just punted the Mustang. Sorry, the Mustang, the Transang, the Mustrans, whatever you want to call it, the Transit, and went a lot to angle. That was. It's not fast through that section, but it's just about competitive everywhere else. And like I say, I wasn't intending to do the track demo in this. It's just kind of happened, and we're here now, so we may as well carry on.
Right,
I absolutely
Mustang.
Mustang, yeah.
Oh, you send me a livery as well, right?
I've decided it's going to be called the Delphine Mobile. The Delphine machine, actually, that's way better.
Oh,
Delphine
God,
machine.
I absolutely suck on this track.
See there, that's where the Transit lacks the bite. Just where Minty dropped the hammer there and disappeared off into the distance. You don't suck on this track, Steve. I'm afraid some of your initial practice runs got broadcast, but I think I can make life very, very easy for you. How much rear anti-roll bar are you running?
I have no idea yet.
I would go back and stick 14k on that car.
Is there a way of setting this transit up, or is it just up to the back?
Oh, I got punted. There is a way of setting the transit up. Would you like a transit set up, Chris?
Oh, that's not Ian.
There you go.
That would be
Oh,
ideal.
it's Harry Fox.
Oh, Ian on back, mate. Let's go.
Language.
Yeah, let's go.
You say 14,000, yeah?
Start with 12. But one of the things with the Kazuya Taguchi
Okay.
car, so for those of you on the stream who have just joined in, Kazuya Taguchi reached out to us to build his pro car, which he used for the first time last week here at Road Atlanta, and we have duly agreed to, and it obviously shares a certain amount of underpinning with our other 86s.
Okay, why? I just saw the FedEx transit decided to do an endo down the straight.
Ryan, you didn't see the car.
Sent you the...
Sorry, Minty. We couldn't see you. I thought you'd reset to pits. That was our mistake. So yeah, this is Road Atlanta. Welcome along. I'm assuming that people are having fun with the transit on the stream. That usually happens. Is the Transit only released to Patreons currently? No, the Transit is available. We did it as a... Let me just make sure that it is still in there. I will just...
Yeah, it is.
It's still in there. So it's in the download section. It's a thing we put together for the Sabine Schmitz Memorial event that we did a little while ago, where we raised £300 for a cancer charity. So we created this and did a load of races and a load of fun things with it, and it's stuck around and has started to slowly seep out. People are amused by it. It handles surprisingly well. I have actually had a few ESDA drivers send me private messages and say, could you tell me what's under the Transit? It drives better than my Pro car. Now, if that was you, you should be embarrassed. Not you specifically, Vlad, I know it wasn't you, but that is, like, it's an embarrassing situation to go, I've just had this Pro car made for my season of ESDA, which is starting this weekend, and these guys have built a Transit that outperforms it. So, it's available in the download section. Long story short, it's available in the download section of the Discord. We have just checked, it's still in there, as is Anders' brand new starting cone. There's lots of very exciting things for us this week. We're really enjoying how everything plays out as we slowly bring things together, and there is a reason why we're spending so much time and effort and money on getting everything sorted. Can Chris Ennis stop the Transit in time? Yes, he can.
That was doubtful.
Yeah, the brakes on it are one thing I didn't improve. So... It's got all that power and all that weight and reasonable handling, and oh god, Minty turned into a flying machine. But it still has standard Transit brakes.
Yes.
Let's go, Chris. We're going to hunt down these two sports cars in our large wagons of delivery. It doesn't have boost.
I need this Juchigiri semaphore.
It's in the download section, Ian. As with all things that are required for the competition, it's in the download section. You've been here long enough, so I can't brake that hard! Sorry. Almost murdered Ryan.
God, Ryan.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, my brain is broken.
Cheers, Chris.
Oh, I'm chasing the Mustangs in the Transit.
Yeah,
No,
on
don't
my own screen it's on white.
My first time driving in like 3 weeks. Please do not judge me.
I'm judging.
Do what?
I think there's probably a really funny photo in this somewhere. Because through the keyhole, I was keeping with the Mustangs. Oh, I'm doing it now. I never want to drive anything else. This thing's just so funny.
I've never drifted it yet.
Have you not? Oh, it's genuinely properly good. Let's see if I can keep up with Minty. He's fast on the downhill.
Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes.
Yeah, the brakes are terrible. The brakes were a bad choice, leaving the stock Transit brakes on it. Oh, I almost killed him. I couldn't slow down that much. That was very almost an OD Matt Fields moment.
I've been on mute the whole time, which is hilarious. Why, Harry, do you not approve of my library?
Oh mate, I love it. It just hurts my eyeballs.
It just looks like my normal blue one.
What force feedback you in, Ben?
Not a lot. Sorry, Minty. I just murdered Minty completely. Sorry, we still haven't got the bot set up. Florida S1. If you go via the website, which I will put up now,
That was embarrassing.
then you can get to the Discord there. Sorry, that's one of my many things on my to-do list is to set up the Discord bot. Chris, you asked me a good question. You asked me about force feedback. I'm running a 40, well, 41.
All right.
Because the weight of this thing is redonkulous. I mean, it's a Transit.
Come round in transition.
This isn't the final version of this skin, Ben, by the way. I'm
I-
going to change the floor.
I
to
still
black.
haven't put it on, so right now you're
That's
still in
good,
your blue and black.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll need to change it to the floor's black because for some reason the floor's blue.
Oh god, go on, Chris. Go on, Chris. I'm chasing the Eclipse Motorsport Transit. That's late, Chris. Oh, it wasn't late, Chris. That was beautiful. Oh, look at it wobble. Look at it wobble. And the transit's moving around a lot too.
Bombed into Ben.
Oh, I just can't get this track.
You don't understand how weird this is trying to pull on a transit.
You don't understand how weird it is being in the transit, keeping up with competition cars.
Who's in the little cone thing?
And
It's Ian.
oh, is it Ian? Ian Koenig. Oh my God, it's even funnier with his name. I'm chasing it. I'm going for it.
Ian.
Oh my god, does it actually do skids?
Yeah, it's got 1,000 horsepower. I don't know where the collider is. I'm sorry if I kill you. Oh God!
Sorry, Ben.
Oh dear. I can just see it behind me. If you press Alt and numpad 7, you'll trigger the start sequence. Whoever's driving that.
I'm trying.
On Ian starters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, he just put the normal lights on. I'm chasing Harry. Let's go. Come on, Harry. Show me something. This is the transit of extreme judgment.
Get the bird at the door.
Shortcutting the track to get some proximity to the Mustang because the transit. Yeah, basically, if someone ahead of you has reached clip 1, you will murder them coming through the keyhole. So if the person ahead of you gets to clip 1 and you haven't left the start line, sit still, comrade. Niet, it is not for you.
I was following everyone else.
Oh God, the cone!
You're not steering because I was about a foot away from it.
Yeah, if they've not made it to clip 1, you can go. Oh God! I got
Sorry.
Mustanged.
Ryan.
Mustanged so
Just
hard.
completely ran over the start.
I think the correct word is you got Delphine.
So yeah, what Ryan's talking about there is that there is a livery that he's been working on to replace this one that I did for him, which is basically a Technicolor horror show with a Belle Delphine theme. And Ryan, I do actually have a Gamer Girl bathwater logo if you want to put it on your rear windows and stuff.
I need it, yeah. I'm going to put that on the rear, because Fins needs to do something with the rear window mapping, I think, for me to be able to put the
Look at the start cone! Nah.
Oh my God, Ian.
The Mustang can drive over it! The Mustang is large enough to go over the top of the start cone.
I just drove over it.
No, I drove over it as well.
I was trying to get on the gas, Ryan. I got murdered.
I got punted. Don't worry.
Is it me or is the entry a lot slower than I actually thought? That might be why I'm going so wrong.
Yeah, you've got to really haul the anchors on as you come through that decel zone at the beginning. Basically, if you start your flick from the centre of the track to the right as you go past the 2 cone and rotate hard to angle at the 1 cone and immediately get on the brakes hard and then get back on the gas just before the finish line, that should be pretty much perfect. Oh God, the cone!
Oh my god!
Look how fast it's going! No, we're going to murder them on the keyhole on the way back,
That'll be
lads.
fine.
No, Chris
I'll get
Ennis
there.
is going to murder them. You guys might be fine. But look at the transit initiate. It's beautiful. It's a thing of elegance and grace. Or something.
That little starter cone's quick though, isn't it?
Well, it's got 1,050 horsepower and it's on S chassis suspension. So, although it's silent, look at it go! Right.
I need to put in RB26.
No, backfired. No.
Oh, straight away. Otherwise we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it anyway. boys. 2 Mustangs inbound.
Target located.
Oh. Yeah!
Oh, if I hadn't clipped Ryan there, we would have done a perfect split and I would have gone over the start cone. Oh, dear.
I cannot get over the fact that it's just rolling.
This thing is just... I've done many stupid things in my life, but this is one of my best creations.
Yes.
Oh, you can just see the start cone making its way up.
I'll do that to you guys.
Oh, God!
I did not know where he was gonna.
Come on, Harry.
Oh my god,
Oh
I
god,
wish
it's gonna
this
fail.
was-
It's gonna fail.
Well, I say the
Yeah.
handbrake's fixed. It's fixed temporarily.
Okay.
Bodged.
So it turns out everything else gets over the start cone, but if you hit it with your wheel, like I just did, you go absolutely skyward.
I've just got over the actual chicane.
See?
I just managed to go over the chicane in the Mustang. I've fully just gone over the chicane.
So for those of you who want to know why I love this Transit so much, it's this. That's the rev counter. Oh, mostly irrelevant. Oh, they're going. We're all going. We're doing this. This is carnage. As Chris Ennis is leading us in the giant transit of death.
The cone is.
Oh, the cone is! Ian Koenig. Reinitiate. I'm in the wrong gears. I got the wrong ratios. Everything is bad. Now, I would like to highlight that normally we are a serious competition. And that the fact that you're currently witnessing 2 Transits and an RX-8 chasing a starter cone is not how we normally conduct business. But I'm going to be drunk this week anyway, so my level of desire to have things
That's gonna
taken
be-
seriously is very low.
That's gonna be bad for you as well, isn't it? 'Cause it's like first thing in the morning.
Oh yeah, it's 8 AM now.
So, run for breakfast. Or you starting again.
I was such a good entry there.
You got Delphine. You got Delphine, Harry.
I had no choice. Minty just stopped.
Oh, so you're blaming Minty? That's Minty's fault.
Get up to speed, you turd! What gear am I even in?
I've
Second.
gone for a 4,
Third.
5, and I can just pull 4th coming out.
First. Second. Third.
Alright, go on.
Ah,
Second.
sorry.
Oh, you got a cone incoming, boys. Ian Koenig is on his way. I'm going to wait for that.
I think it was
That's
Minty
chaos.
I took out there. I really apologise. That was.
So, for
I took
those of
average.
you who wonder why this is being so amusing, because it looks like I'm in a normal vehicle, if I do this and then go here, yes, that's
Oh,
a
God.
thing. That's a thing. Where's the cone? Irrelevant. We're going.
It's great now, just sitting come past me. Oh, 4, 7, I think. Oh yeah, it's on Mustang.
Oh, sorry, Steve.
Oh god, I just thought you fly over me. That was pretty
This
funny.
thing is. This thing is roided up.
I think comparing it to the Transit might be a little bit unfair to your setup.
No. Compared to everything I've got on the drift pad. It was hard to drift behind you. Ian, are you actually gonna let me see this start code
Yeah,
in
you
action?
have to see what it's like. Don't do it yet. Wait until people come back. Oh, you're in the perfect point. You're in the shades. You get to be centre.
Do a test run.
Wait, how do I do Alt 7? I'm pressing Alt 7.
All F7.
Make sure your numpad. No, it's Alt numpad 7. So your numpad's got to be on actual numbers mode.
Like that? Like that? Like that?
Oh man. Do I need to?
No, I don't have a numpad, you see.
Ah, well then that won't work. We'll just go. I'm chasing down Chris. I'm assuming Chris Leica. Do you guys want me to jump in the cone so that you can have some proper starts?
Yeah, go on. See what it's like.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go fix this library real quick and put the new one in the competition chat for anyone that wants to do a download of it.
Do you want me to send you the Belle Delphine Gamer Girl Bathwater logo?
Oh yeah, go on, do that if you can. Well, no, if you're streaming, don't worry about it. There's no rush.
No, it's alright. What I'll do is I will cut across. I will jump in the starter cone. And whilst that's loading in, I will catch up on some messages with people. And I will send that across to you.
Oh my
So,
god,
Thank you very much.
I went very backwards.
Let's go, Chris.
I will jump in the semaphore.
I've got to slow down for that first corner.
I
Oh,
will
I've got my
put
different
myself
modes, so it's
into
downloads,
a
dog shit,
different
make it
view
work.
and I will set it so that we can have the actual cameras from
You have to
Road
have
Atlanta.
processing or anything put on.
You have to have
actually
a
go to it.
post-processing filter on for it to work.
Just a filter.
Ah!
Yes. So
think
PP
I've
filters must be turned on, and there is one called Simple, which is the one I would recommend because it's basically no use to your, no impact at all on your FPS. So Simple post-processing filter. If you need be, I can probably find a way to make it public. Let me just change this AI line over and then I'll rejoin, and then the stream isn't doing anything too silly for too long. That should be good. Drive, join, and Ryan needs a Gamer Girl Bathwater logo for his new livery, so you can tell that this is...
I think I need one as well.
I'm gonna put powered by on it.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
It needs powered by Gamer Girl Bathwater.
Yeah, like one of those powered by fairy dust stickers that they used to sell at Halfords, or probably still do sell at Halfords, which I really hope you have on your BMW Cabriolet, Ryan.
Powered by bathwater, paid for by OnlyFans.
Oh, nice, Chris. Right, let's hang on. Let me just move the cone into position. Oh, the feedback is high. Just check that
Oh, I
works.
can't do this bloody. I hate this track.
So Ben, are you guys gonna be judging to FD standards this weekend?
Yeah, I thought I'd just pick arbitrary numbers and then that would be the end of it.
Can I just drive in a straight line then and still win?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
So I can drop off every single clip and still get at
You
least
don't
an
even have
82,
to
right?
leave the start line.
Let's see. Is anyone on track?
Yeah.
No.
I
Right.
can see you.
Hang on. Where are you?
Oh yeah. I stalled, but what?
There we go. It works.
Are they supposed to be different colours though?
Yeah, it goes red, 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 green.
I know for me it was just white, 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 and white.
Do they come on in sequence for you?
They come in sequence, yeah, but they're just white.
Let me put my gloves
That
on.
might be a post-processing
Red,
issue
red,
then.
red, white.
So that all should be working now. Let's wait for the track to clear. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're coloured for me.
I literally
No,
just
they're not
I sent these guys and they didn't go.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, right, they start, they just keep going, or are you bamming it?
I'm spamming. Well, no, I'm pressing it at appropriate times. Right, let's see.
Let me know when you press it. I want to see if it comes.
Oh, we got bit.
Right, I'll wait until the cars are coming back, Chris.
Okay.
Let's do
Ian, don't murder me.
this.
I'm gonna
I
come-
like that. After yesterday, it's just a case of hoping that Ian doesn't murder you. That's my favourite thing. Ready? Here we go.
I didn't see it work.
Okay, we need to get your post-processing filter on then, because it'll be a post-processing filter. I'm sending you guys now again in the background. No, you didn't go in time. So this is Formula D's own Chris Lycup running a Formula D track. We're expecting great things from him this week. Not that there's any pressure, Chris.
It's okay. I've let down many times before. So it's nothing new.
I've let down many people many times before. This is a special skill that I already have. Right, I need this you guys sort yourselves just for a second so I can send Ryan this Gamer Girl bathwater logo.
Alright, let me check it out. Turn post-processing on.
Don't need to sort my livery out as well.
Also, you can just go to your photo mode, and then you can change that, and then close your photo mode, and it stays in that process.
I have no idea what you just said.
So, go to photo mode, like on your apps on the right side of your screen. Just go to photo mode,
Okay.
and then where it says like it should say natural or default in camera, and then you can just take that to the right, and those are your post-processing filters.
Photo mode.
And then at the where it says at the top, it
Position.
should, no, it says you should be on camera.
Camera. Yeah.
Yep. And then just where it says like default or something right above exposure, those are your post-processing filters. So you can just take it to the right or the left and change it. I use one called Natural Mod, but photographic is pretty good. Movie is pretty good.
What you really want is you want simple as much as if you can get it. So we'll have to make sure that simple post-processing becomes available for everyone because it needs to work really. It doesn't take up any CPU loading at all. Pretty much, not at all. That's a sweeping statement that's not true, but very, very little. There you go, Ryan. It's in enormous form as well.
Yeah, I think I just.
Do you need it saved as a PNG? Because that, hang on, let me see.
No, it's not
Send it over as well, Ben.
Alright,
I
will-
Send it.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe that this is a genuine logo that I'm now going to have available for everything. So for those of you who,
Oh my God! Sorry.
let me just do this
Oh,
so that you
I'm
guys on the stream
not
can
doing
see. I'm
great,
going to
am I?
just show you on what we're actually looking at for a second.
I can't get this track, it's just frustrating.
Desktop capture. That's what these guys are running, or looking to
Pixel
run.
capture.
The Gamer Girl bathwater Love from Belle Delphine logo. That's what they're about to actually put on their cars. This is a real thing that's happening, and I don't know whether to be thoroughly amused or generally
Worried.
uncomfortable. I have strongly mixed emotions about this whole thing. Let's put that back across. Juiceboxist. What VR headset is that? It's a Pimax Artisan. It's the Artisan rather than the 4K because the 4K has LED screens and as such was getting quite bad screen door effect, whereas this, because it's LCD screens, has almost no screen door effect at all. So whilst it's not quite as high end for what we're doing with this kind of interaction, it's a much better item. It's still ultra wide view. I know I look like a Cylon with it on, but it works really well. I properly rate it. Very, very good bit of kit for racing sims. Livery development, logos.
I have a question for you, Ben.
Hang on. Gamer, girl, bathwater, ping. Okay. Right, you have a question for me, Christopher Ennis.
Yes, my track cams aren't working.
That means that you have not moved the AI line to the correct AI line. So you need to go into your track, and you need to rename the current AI line to AI driving, and then you name the one that is currently called AI track cam or AI spectator or something like that into just AI, and then they will work.
Well, one second, let me get.
Ben, question. So I had post-processing on, and it's still not. So, I mean,
I haven't pressed anything yet, so let me... Can you see people's lights when they're on? Like the actual lights themselves in good quality?
Not really.
Then that is a post-processing filter issue that we'll need to chase up. I'll sort that with you shortly.
I think maybe
So I have got 2 AI folders, Ben.
Yes.
One is AI and one AI for replay cam.
Yes, so the one that's called AI for replay cam, you need to rename AI, and the other one, well, rename the other one AI driving first, and then change the other one to AI. Hang on, Andreas, you're very, very quiet. I still can't hear you. Just a bit, give me a second to turn you up so I can actually hear you at least a little bit.
I don't know whether it's him, because I'm struggling as well.
Right, Andreas,
I can just about hear you.
go.
Yeah, I said, is it just me or is there very little people today?
Yeah, there's not that many people today. There's not that many people today. But,
we're qualifying.
yeah, the ESCA stuff will definitely be making a difference because people will be practicing for ESCA. So guys, I'm going to try the start line part with you again now that we're back in. So we're now tuning in, we're watching some people practice. There's a bit going on for those of you who are still on the stream. Bobby Hill hasn't been driving with us long. He's in that lead car in the RX-8. That thing's been really gripped up. He's been looking strong in that. Car is very fast. That's Ian Koenig destroying him straight off the track with a massive surge from the S14 behind. Right, let's try this start line cone again. Very excited by this thing. Now it's in place. I can take my wheel off as well. Ian Koenig, are you ready?
Yes, yes.
You are under starter's orders. So the way we're going to run this starter cone is the lights go on, they go red, 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 green. They go on green, obviously. 3, 2, 1, go. They're spaced evenly in terms of their timing. And what we do is we're going to leave the light on unless there is a restart. So if there is a restart, the light will go off. So we want the drivers to be watching the cone until they have cleared all of the other cones. So they want to be watching the semaphore until they've cleared the other cones.
Me, they're all white, but I can see him, so I'm not bothered.
Okay, I can see the lights now. What was that light pattern? To green?
So it's
Go
red,
on
red, red, green.
Red, 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 green, go.
Just think of it as 3, 2, 1, go. We've just taken Anders' vocal cords into consideration. So that he doesn't have to say it 64 times minimum a night.
I wanted to join you guys so bad today.
Well, then you should have made sure you didn't fall asleep last week.
Well, I was only reserve though.
Yeah, but the reserve lists have to be available. That's how we've always run it, and it's in the rules. You've got to be available when we need you. You were the first reserve, and you weren't available. You were the only person to get blacklisted last week.
If we were at war, we'd all be dead.
I hope the guys that didn't show also got blacklisted.
No, they didn't because because all of them told me within 2 hours of the competition. So we had plenty of time to organise people.
I thought that all fell asleep.
I had to turn on lighting effects and now it's working.
There we go. That's the other thing it needs. So that might be why you only see it in white steers if you've not got lighting effects on your custom shaders patch. Ooh. Oh, Chris, it's wide.
That's super wide.
Maybe because I've got everything pretty much turned down for VR, haven't I? So.
Have you? I've got a VR setting I will send you that works really, really well. I've got a preset that I will send you.
Alright, I'm gonna go for that really wide entry. Go to the left. Alright.
Do not go. The track is very much occupied.
What is that van?
What's that van? It's a transit. It's the transit van of excellence. So basically I put them in only as judging vehicles, just so that there was something that no one else would want to drive. But I'd kind of forgotten that I would do the track demo this morning as part of the stream. And it lagged out. And the transit is on a combo of transit and Mustang RTR physics, so it's incredibly fast. And it actually drifts really, really well. A few of the guys in ESDA sent me a message after they tested it in a thing we did a few weeks ago and said, this is better than my comp car. So, so if the transit van is outperforming your comp car has major problems in my book. But it is good. It's genuinely good. And it was keeping up with almost everything except Ryan earlier, because Ryan is gripped up to buggery.
Flew off.
I did say it's rooted up.
Right. Track is clear, boys. Here we go.
You start the competition in 30 minutes?
Hang on, Andreas. I'm going to have to turn you up again, because I really can't hear you.
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Friday today. Holy shit.
Well, your sense of time this week has really fallen through the floor. Is that why you were confused why there were so few people?
Yes.
Ah, no. We have an absolutely full top 32, but this is just practice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to drive in practice, I'll give you the password. You can join in with practice.
Yeah, it's a bank holiday today, so it's like Friday.
Oh, nice. Lucky you.
I'm a hop on. Let's practice with you guys.
All right. 1 second. Let me get these guys started.
When are you doing your qualifying for ESDA?
I did my qualifying yesterday.
Oh, you did it today?
How'd it go?
I
Alright.
went halfway. They did it like they didn't score the runs, they just recorded the replay and they're going to go through and score the rest of tomorrow.
That seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah, so we just had to go our runs today and then just had to save it.
So they're all having to watch each of those runs twice.
No, because the judges weren't here today. So we just did the runs, they save the replays, sending it over to the judges so they can review it tomorrow.
That's kind of whack. But, whatever works.
But they spent 30 minutes realizing the track had zero grip, so when every car tried to leave the pits, they were just stuck in the pits. It took them 30 minutes to fix.
What? The track was on 0 grip.
Yeah, so I tried to tell them that how they did it. It's like clicking one button, and yeah, it took them 30 minutes to figure it out.
Oh my god. Right.
I was tempted to if there was a refund policy.
You guys on the start line ready?
Yep.
Go on. Nice, Chris. One thing I will say to you, Chris, on the way through clips 1 and 2, we're going to penalise heavily for lead cars going onto the rumble strip.
Okay, so don't go on the lead rumble strip.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
on the way back. So those two there, as lead car, you cannot have the rumble strip there.
Gotcha. And I just detonated the motor. Let's try that again then.
Track looks clear to me, so I'm going to risk it. Chris Lycup jumping the start line there. So we've also put another rule in, Chris. So this is where it's going to come back and be actually almost difficult for you, that you've got so much more experience than people are driving this track for real with the FD ruling. So when I put up the track briefing, one of the things we talked about is this track doesn't naturally lend itself, if you just allow the flow to be sort of willy-nilly, to really good close twinning, because there's areas there where it's easy to cut off the chase driver. So what we're encouraging and what we're saying that we want the lead car to do is that we don't want the lead car on the rumble strips through turn 1 and 2, but they're available for the chase car to use to surge up like you've just done there. And we also, as they come through the keyhole going up through clip 5 here, the lead car should stay to the right hand side, and if they get near that cone that guy's just gone past, we are counting that as a massive mistake from the lead car, because it totally closes off the ability of the chase car to get good proximity. So this is VDC. Chris said when he first put this track together for people, we want to make it as easy to chase on here as possible, and the ruling is we want you guys to come through the keyhole, get onto that inside line there. Is this guy not going to go?
So get on the inside line.
So yeah, as you come through the keyhole, you get onto the inside section there, and as you come past that inside clip, stay right on the white lines, so that when you come through the transition, you're nowhere near that sort of left-hand cone that's blocking off the inside edge. The idea is that you're going to end up coming up fast and coming to a sort of a mid-line, so that you then don't end up on this sort of tight inside line blocking off the chase car. That's the plan.
So stay on this white line here.
Yeah.
And then, so you don't want to hit that cone as an inner clip.
No, that's the idea, is to get people to flow to a midline and then drive across that inner clip, and then when they transition, it's trying to open up everything so that the chase car has the best chance of actually having a good chase.
Gotcha. All right.
Harry, did you just cone yourself? I'm going to hold you guys because the timing is bad.
Oh wait, we're not doing qualifying, duh. What about going up the hill on the two outer?
So on outer zone at clip 3, the first one on the way up the hill, the rumble strip is usable there, but that means that if you get over the rumble strip, we're going to penalise you hard, and there is no drops allowed as you go into clip 4 at the top of the keyhole.
Okay, gotcha.
How much easier is it to do the runs with just the cone there starting people off?
Easier, because you can sort of guess when you need to go.
So that's it. Pull in, keep it in, and then that transition brings you to the midline. It allows the chase car in. They can use the rumble strip if they want, and then that transition brings you back and across. Yeah, that's the line we're looking for.
Okay.
So we are making life harder for the lead car, but it's not hard enough that you're then going to go, well, this track doesn't flow properly now. It's just a slightly different flow. And I see what they were trying to do when they changed the layout a little bit for the round last week, because I can see that this is what they were trying to achieve, but they did it with the wrong thing, because what they wanted was something that was easily chaseable, and it had the opposite effect. Andreas wants the password. Shit, I keep forgetting. So as chase car...
For God's sake.
I'm going to give you some feedback in a minute, Steve. I'm going to watch that in a minute. So Chris has transitioned to lead car. He's coming through here. Nice angle, nice angle, nice angle. Then the snap across there brings you midline. Good. And then you push in. Yeah. So it flows quite nicely, but what it takes away is the opportunity for the lead car to start playing silly buggers and try to really drive away from people.
Okay.
Does he not know how the light works?
I don't think he's got his post-processing filter on.
Ran out of gas.
Yeah, I'm just going to get that for you now. Num, 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 num.
Oh, understeer. Flat.
Alright, we gotta break the old habit of hitting that inside clip then.
Oh, so can I not drive with the...
No, because you can't come back the other way.
Oh.
Right, just one sec, guys. Sorry, I'm just... Okay, you guys go. Danielle. Yes. Yes.
Ooh.
I've got a question. Like, do you know for the lead driver,
Yes.
how far over in front of the chase driver is he allowed to come?
So
back?
we're allowing the lead driver over as far as the midline. They're not allowed to start to come screaming over. That entry that they were allowed to do last week at FD, that's not okay. We're specifically clamping down on that. We want them to be able to run across to the midline.
So I can't do what I just did.
I didn't watch, sorry, I was just sending someone a password.
That's literally why I just questioned it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so-
I'll watch Steve there. Sorry, I'm just watching Steve so I can see it.
A little bit of a flip. Rather than
Yeah,
that.
so you can come, as lead car, you can come to the exact middle of the track, and then you're not allowed any further. So the idea there, yeah, that's probably a little bit further than we'd necessarily allow. That's the limit of what we'd allow.
Ooh, great.
Nice. So who is it in that red S13 that keeps having that problem?
No idea.
I've not got names on, so I'll have a look in a sec.
Ooh, grips up there, Steve.
Hi, Andreas.
Hi.
It is fighting you every step of the way there, Steve, isn't it?
Yep.
We'll have a look at setup in a minute. I'll jump in with one of the others and I'll grab a few setup bits and we'll just try and work out something that's working for you, because clearly there's a fundamental issue under something. Is it Vlad Zazulia?
No, Vlad's in the Retax 86.
Drift Sarah Larson. Damn, I always forget to sign up for the event. I'm sorry. We're going to delay the sign up now this week, though. What we're going to do, obviously today is not the event, the event's tomorrow, but what we're going to do is as soon as the event starts, we're going to close off sign up so that we don't have the weekend rush. We allow our Patreons priority sign up over the course of the weekend, as far as we're going to move that so it's now Monday night. So a Monday night, 8 PM, general start will open. And then from 8 PM on Monday, oh, Chris Ennis. I'm going to have to send these guys if they want to get a chance of getting a run in before Steve comes back the other way. Steve, you're hooking the grass every single time, almost. You've got to contain that entry a little bit tighter in against the side, because at the moment it's kicking your ass.
Hey Chris, how's the leader?
It was a good lead. I was able to protect you the whole
Yeah,
way.
we're going to clamp that down so that you can't do anything. Sorry, guys, I'm going to leave you here for a second, and I'm just going to move into a different chat so I'm not deafening everyone. So we're going to try this whole sentence again. We're going to close off sign up, because normally we allow sign up constantly. So the moment that the competition finishes, we allow sign up. We're going to cancel that. It's going to be set up so that, I think it's Cormac. I don't think Cormac can see. We're going to set it so that sign up is closed off until Monday night. It is Patreon only until Monday night. The Patreon's available through the website. If you just want priority sign up for the competitions, then, and you don't want any of the extras, you don't want the Oh God, what are they doing on track? You don't want the access to the car packs. You don't want anything extra. If you just want priority entrance to the competitions, that is the lowest level Patreon gets you that. So if you just want to be able to sign up straight away and go, right, I am in the fight, done. That's I think €2 a month that we're charging at the moment. But Patreon's only until Monday night, and then we are allowing. What is happening to that red car? Let's see Steve's entry, and then on Monday night they open up so that it is available for everyone there, so that they can all then be open for sign up, and it's then the first however many slots are left after the Patreon fills it up. So if you want to get in the fight for next week, Patreon, first place to do it. Second one, 2000 UTC on Monday. That's what you need to keep in mind. I say Monday now confidently. We might leave it at Tuesday. But I will make an announcement on the Discord about that. Sign up straight away then, or get your name onto the Patreon, and then you get priority sign up, and you can do that at any point over the weekend. Let's get these guys out of the way, and then I'm going to go and help Steve with a setup. Join back in on that chat. Bobby, my wheel is going crazy. Be back on in a minute. All right, we'll see you soon. But yeah, the idea is that you're saying that sounds fair. We think things have been a little bit unfair lately. One of the reasons why we think things have been unfair is because the guys who are finishing the comp, who are staying on until the end of the comp, and then finishing the comp and immediately going to the chat, and we are full with reserve pretty much by 36 hours, certainly 48 hours after the comp finishes. It's just full. So this way we do it on priority. It's always on first come first serve at the moment, but this way we're going to allow it so that the Patreon have exclusive access for a little bit longer, or a little bit shorter amount of time rather, but no one can put their name down immediately after the comp, so that the people who normally forget, I will make an announcement so that the announcement goes up, that it'll go up on the Facebook, on the Instagram, on the Discord, all of it. We'll put an announcement up saying it's going live, and then you guys can sign up. But like I said, if you want to get onto priority, it's via the Patreon, which you can get to via the website, which is there. I think the track's clear. I'm just going to send them anyway. We'll see what happens. This could be chaos. Chaos! We love chaos. Let's see. Can Steve get this entry sorted? Late. Oh, has he got it? Has he got it? Go on, Steve. Punch it up the hill. That's good. Hook it in. Nice. Good transition. Firing back in. That's a winner run, Steve. That's a really good run. I'm going to go and tell him that. I'm going to rejoin the Discord and sing his praises.
Fast off the line, bro.
Steve, that was a winner run. That was brilliant.
Dude, I had no chance getting up there at the start.
Yeah.
I actually feel like I'm half throttling down the straight. Just, I don't know, it feels a lot slower of an entry than I expect on this.
I think you need to just fire the car in and go for it and try hard to keep that in position, and just enter earlier, slow down more. When I initiate there, regardless of what car it's in, I'm pretty much, with the exception of the Mustang and the Transit because it carries so much momentum, I'm pretty much at the point where I'm snapping right as I come past the 2-cone, or turning in right as I come past the 2-cone, and then flicking left with a clutch kick at pretty much as I come to the 1-cone, and then absolutely slamming the anchors on. So full handbrake, full foot brake almost, trying to really haul in that car and control it, and that gets everything pretty much dialed in up to that point. So as you flick in, and then brakes, and then go. Nice, Steve. Considering that's the Transit. And I know the Transit does slow down there a lot. Oh, punt him. Chris Ennis is now dead. That is a successful murder.
Face full of airbags.
What's your rear pressure at, Steve?
22, I think.
I
would
would be.
say it's the transit. I was chasing Andreas, and I was all over him.
Oh no, the transit's fast. The transit is genuinely fast round here.
22.
Yeah, I would potentially, because it's got that big slowdown twice, I would be tempted to drop that down. Because the car is fast. And it's where you're in that slowdown that you're having issues. The problem is you do then lose out on the grip on the way up the hill. So maybe try 20. See what happens. That little bit of extra side bite will give you so much more control in the D-cell.
I'm on 18, Steve. And it's nice to be able to eat into that first corner.
The thing you've got to balance always on this tyre pressure. Like, this is the thing, and we're going to talk about this a lot because one of the things that's coming soon with the Pro Pack is a change in tyre model. It's not a total revamp, but we've done 2 or 3 very specific changes that have really upgraded the way that the tyres work, and those very specific changes bring the traction and the side bite parts of the setup closer together. So at the moment these tyres are either loads of traction or loads of side bite. Now if you're finishing 2 runs and you're ending up at the end of 2 runs in the sort of 26 to 28 psi range, you are actually not getting either of those advantages. What you want is you either want to be pretty much hitting turn 1 at 32 psi on the second run, because then you've got the first run, you get the benefit of the compound doing the work because of the heat, and the second run you get the benefit of the preferential pressure giving you the traction. Or you want to be right down at the other end, so that in the first run you've got massive side bite, and in the second run you've got still very, very good side bite and the compound is turning on. And that's how it seems to balance out. If you're finishing in the sort of the 25 to 26, 27, 28 kind of range, you've not got the huge side bite to begin with, so you can't use it to slow down super late and push onto someone's door, and you've not got the traction because you never really get up into the pressures that work. So that at the moment the tyres work at the extremes, and that's where they're best. So if you're finding that at 22 the car's sort of doing like a non-thing kind of run, then no, you won't make it now. You won't make it now. You kill him.
I got 100%.
It's like, as you say that, it's like I don't have the tyre gauge up because obviously being in VR.
Yeah. No, I know, and that's one of the reasons why we're in the next update. All of the cars have internal tyre pressure gauges, so in VR you can see it. But what I'd be tempted to do is I'd be tempted to do your run, and as you come up the hill, put the tyre gauge on, see what it's like.
Yeah.
We can get 3 pairs away as long as you guys go fast. 4 is too many. It all goes wrong at 4. So this will be interesting. Here we go.
Just waiting for the transit.
So this is one of the things that comes out of all of this, because this is the VDC tyre model. Chris Filtowski and I spent ages and ages and ages working on this tyre model, and we're really, really pleased with it. Don't get me wrong, we were pleased with this tyre model. But my personal thinking is that the separation of the two extremes... Oh God, that was weird. Chris Ennis just came straight through my camera. My personal feeling is that the way that it is structured with the extremes, either traction or grip, or side bite, doesn't give a very fair tyre. So for the next generation... Go on, Steve, punch it, punch it! For the next generation of tyres, we've managed to bring that closer together. It's not perfect. We're still, every year, we're releasing an update. We're trying to get that tyre model a little bit closer all the time. But what we're seeing is that the tyre is more consistent across the usage range in terms of giving good side bite and good traction if you find a pressure that works for you personally, and it's still just as tweakable. Whereas right now in VDC, if you're not hitting the right pressures, you're just getting left behind, because most of their tracks are large and they don't have room to... They don't have the small room that allows for the ultra quick slowdown that you can get from...
Oh, I hit the cone.
So
Oh, Chris Lykup's going to have to really send it after backing out whilst he hit the cone. Is he going to make it? I don't know if he is. It's going to be tight. Flick wide,
No.
Chris Lykup.
No.
Oh, a beautiful suicide drift.
When you get sideways, Steve, are you jumping on the brakes?
On the initiation. Or...
Yeah, on the initiation.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, I think, Steve, what you should be doing is maybe bringing your initiation forward so you're doing it sooner. And then just slow down a little bit slower so that the car's not quite as rowdy.
Oh, for fuck's sake, come again.
Join the back of the line. Back of the line. I think it's Cormac in the red S13.5.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's Cormac.
So he clearly hasn't followed instruction and made sure his post-processing is on. All I can hear is a transit revving. Just got noise. Oh, and Chris Ellis trying to murder me again.
Right, let me jump.
Where do you go?
I don't know. Every time he goes through that start cone, he vanishes. Nice, Steve. Not your best. You had a good run earlier that was definitely better, but, you know, it was chaseable, so that's good. Right, is anyone still on track? I can't see anyone.
Don't think so.
Let's get these guys started.
You're not going.
No. Just do the run, Steve.
Handbrake, foot brake, foot brake, foot brake, foot brake. I can't really see from inside the car.
That's pretty hard to chase again.
Who wants this library?
That was good. See, that was nice.
I just feel like I'm doing a massive amount of slowdown, which I shouldn't be, but it's like for this one, you have to, yeah.
Yeah, this track has a massive slowdown at the start. There is no shame in slowing down at the start. You're going from 100 miles an hour down to maybe 60.
With that really light line, you can kind of clutch kick feint into it, and you don't slow down nearly as much.
Perfect line, Steve.
But as Ben said earlier,
Oh no!
they're not allowing that.
It's alright. Being fogged up.
It's weird though, because when I'm chasing someone, I can normally get it pretty much. It's just
Yeah, it's 'cause
always
you're going on their speed.
Yeah, it's just finding your own initiation point. That's going to be the issue.
What I will say is when you come out the keyhole, there's not a clip on this. Just do it again before I say this.
Well, that's everyone's got them now, so that is the completed version. Though.
Excellent. I look forward to having a look at it in a minute.
Water and all.
Yeah, so Steve, just be careful because that's not an inside clip as you transition out of the keyhole. You've got to be.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a cone there. It's a do not attack this cone, which is sadly still a part of the track. No, this is why I very specifically put the track map up and give that such a
I haven't
detailed.
looked at it.
Yeah, I give such a detailed rundown of this track. You guys really should go and read it if you haven't already, because I really go into detail on what we want from you, on where we want you to be, and how we want you to do your run. So that's it. Good midline, flick, Wando, on the throttle. Perfect. Perfect.
Bit late with that transition.
Yeah, but that was because it was when we said perfect, he was still carrying a tiny bit much speed.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Leave it.
Got punted.
You got punted by Ian.
Yeah, that transition as you come out the keyhole, leave it a little bit later.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because you want to be basically hugging that inside right line so that when you come, we want you to hold that right line so that when you transition, there's room for the chase car to come up alongside you. All of the stuff that we do, always, is to encourage a good battle. Whenever we try and do a track layout and whenever we do a track briefing, the whole point is that we're specifically giving you pointers that make for a good battle, because the whole purpose is this is meant to be entertainment. If we're not getting good battles, then there's no purpose in being here. So you've got to make sure as you come through the kit, get on the gas, that's it. Ian overshot that one off the inside. So you're allowed on the inside there. Up onto that outside edge, nice. So as a lead car, you've got to stay on the right-hand side and then transition. So we don't want you anywhere near that cone. The whole point is that you transition and come out onto a mid-line and then come up to the inside. If you're coming across that cone at all, then you're blocking off the chase driver. That's what we're looking for.
So let's say the lead driver does, whoever's not watching or not listening to the, what you guys want to see. If they if they hit that inner cone, does that, can the chase car, dip?
The chase car can drop a wheel, I think. We'll be allowing a wheel over the inside edge there for sure if the chase car is blocked off. What we want is proximity through that section, and that's only allowable if the...
Oh, too early. Too late.
Too fast.
Yes.
You've got this, Steve. I think you're just trying to find... I think you're so used to absolutely sending it.
I like fast tracks, not a massive slowdown.
You like tracks that have got that accelerate into the first corner, and this is one of the few that we do that's got that massive decel. And it's tricky. It's tricky. But the decel is the thing that makes this fun. You've got to get that line right. Hang on, Cormac's asking for help. I'm not going to be doing any start marshalling for a second, guys. I'm just going to... That's it. Get on that gas. Wait for it. That's it, tuck it to the inside, hook it up, nice. As we roll through that transition, you can send the dive as the chase car, yeah, good. You're lost in that smoke line, don't transition early. Yeah, it's coming, Steve, it's coming. Right.
What I will say is your left foot braking up the hill.
Yeah.
And then you're not making it to the top of the hill.
What is this Siders Estate I see?
1 second, I'm sending you a new one because that's not right either.
The gearing is really tricky on this track. So you should be able to full throttle in fourth with some left foot braking up the hill.
Got a bit of lag there.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a setting for you guys that are...
no! Wheel on the grass. If you haven't put a wheel on the grass, you're doing really well then.
I'm going to put a setting up for people who are struggling to see these start line cones. Yeah, Cormac, sorry, I'm only just seeing what you're saying because I've been so focused on what we're doing. Let me do this. I'm going to give in the Discord, I'm going to put up a setting that I'm using for my custom shaders patch.
Right.
That works in VR and is not very heavy.
2, 1, go. Go.
I've done it again.
How do you like add any
Instead of jumping on the foot brake when you get there, lift a little bit sooner and use the handbrake.
I just feel that as I'm going up the hill, everyone just slows down massively. That's why I'm left foot braking.
How do you like initiation or practice?
People shouldn't be slowing down until they are right up the top of the keyhole. Like it's the latter half of clip 3 that's the slowdown.
A bit late.
That's it. Now handbrake.
Hey, Ian, you always cut that first inside. I guess Ian is not in TeamSpeak or in Discord.
Is
Oh, wait, was somebody saying my name?
yeah, Ian. When you're initiating, you're cutting that inside clip almost every single time.
Okay.
So you got to be really careful.
Yeah, go on track.
Yeah, I'm going to hold you there, Ian, just so we can see this.
Sending it back.
Yeah.
I did try and match his angle.
I know. I'm going to have to also turn up the intensity on the brake lights so we can see them more clearly on the stream for the GT86. I'll do that now while we're talking about it. So what I've done is I've put my settings for custom shaders patch in, and I was sent those by Craig. I've modified a couple of things that worked better for me, but that is very, very low GPU and CPU usage, but still looks good. So it works very well in VR, makes all the lights work. You guys who are running that might now be able to see things. Also make sure that you have got, I know you've been talking about it, make sure you have got post-processing on. Enable post-processing effects in Assetto Corsa video settings, and I have put those in. That's all you need, and that should allow you to really get in there. And I will put the simple filter onto the Discord soon so that you guys can get that. Yeah, Ian, you've got to stop cutting that corner. It's muted his mic. Right, I'm going to turn the intensity of the lights up on the GT86.
Yeah, it's unchaseable on the entry.
Hold the handbrake for a bit longer here.
Yeah, I'll try that. I'm just afraid that I'll slow down.
Lights.
Control then. I think it's the clutch kick that's speeding you up massively.
Yeah, that I'm too wide.
No, well, I was talking to Steve then.
Oh, no.
Go on.
Yeah,
Go on.
I'm not. Well, I'm clutching and hydroing, aren't I? So.
Yeah, you seem to be clutch kicking as you're flicking it though.
Yeah, I mean, I do that as well because I use that to unsettle the car, but it's a bit down to personal preference. But whatever's working for you that gets it sideways.
I'll be honest, I didn't even realise I was doing it.
It just seems to be speeding him up, like right where he's trying to slow down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, Ian, I would recommend you telling people, I would recommend you doing a couple of solo runs or at least lead runs where people are not in you for the initiation, because right now, if you don't get that initiation sorted, you're going to get absolutely hammered. You and Steve have the same problem. I'm going to send people who are in this chat, I'm going to send you one at a time so that there is no problem here. So Steve, I don't know if Bobby's here and can hear me. If Bobby goes, okay. Well, in that case, you go for it, but try and cheat it as a like a slow down section.
Oh shit. Oops.
That's sounded better until you put wheels on the grass. That Steve.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
You got on that curb when you initiated.
Yep.
No, it's still not working for Cormac. What's your brake bias at, Steve?
73 and brake
Try
power's 90.
try it down at 69. Mine set high front bias because I'm very progressive with my throttle, so I tend to not get, and I use it a little bit to over rotate the car, but it looks to me like you're jumping on that brake and it's just spinning you round. Oh, Harry. Harry.
Andreas, that.
That was me.
Oh, was it Andreas? Oh, I thought it was Harry that was in the Mustang. Andreas. Okay, Andreas. Come on. Right. Give Steve a bit of room on this one, Chris, because I just want to focus on that entry for him.
Will do.
Yeah, Ben, I don't know what I've done to this, but well, maybe I've just let it run it actually.
Because you haven't. Cause maybe it's because you haven't changed anything in a while, Ryan.
That could be the reason. Or it's the livery. Might be the livery.
Yeah, it's the Belle Delphine-ness of it.
The Delphine machine.
That looked better. I think also you are trying to do it with an incredibly aggressive flick that is almost just unnecessary amounts of flick. You don't need to back it in there. You just need to get to clip 1 in a controlled fashion.
No, so I was checking the new brake bias.
But it worked. It worked nicely. That was one of your best entries so far, for sure.
That initiation is the Mustang guy.
Oh, it looks like Cormac might be sorted. Oh, and he still ends up hitting the cones. That's such a shame. I think he's got it sorted and then he tonks it out. Right, there's not room for you guys to go. You're going to have to wait.
Starline home giving me orders again.
Grass. You just... That's the other thing, Steve, is the grass absolutely turns the car off. Like, you just slide out like a skittle. So you guys that are watching on the stream, what you're seeing is this is the same sort of stuff that I normally do with all of these guys, is if we get a chance to sit down and go through things and really give them practice and give them feedback and give them coaching and everything else, we do this because it makes for a better event for everyone, drivers, spectators, everyone. So this is the normal sort of level of coaching that we give people. This is available through the Patreon or any time that we're online. If you're on the Patreon and you go to a specific membership package, I will give you an hour of coaching a month of my own time, specifically just spent on whatever you want to work on, whether it's car setup or car handling or basic controls or advanced techniques or looking at livery design or whatever you want to look at. You get an hour of my time once a month. As part of that Patreon, as well as all of the normal other perks. And that's nice, Steve. That's your best run yet, Steve. That was really good.
Did you see the start?
I didn't.
No, the start was crap.
He ran away from me by cut.
Let's have a look at Bobby on the run in here.
I chased Steve.
Yep.
You're on. You have to wait though.
Oh, Bobby's going a bit wide. Well held by Chris Like up until the car backs into him. Oh my god.
Ryan, what do you think of the back
Well, for me, it wasn't really a problem. But Mike Pro will come up with a bit. It looked brilliant, but I just don't know how chaseable it is for other people. But I mean, I managed it perfectly. I can't speak for anyone else, man. Because that whole run was nice, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good.
I got choked out through the keyhole.
I can't turn the lights off. They've suddenly... Oh, it's because I pressed numpad. There we go. Derp, 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 derp.
Oh, cone!
Oh.
I think Chris is pulling closer together on this one.
Yeah, it did. Well, it's good because it slows people down.
Yeah, it's actually slowing people down. The number of people that have hit it shows that it is actually going to work here. Ooh. Yeah, Cormac's on it now that he can see when the start line is. Now he knows when to go. He's looking dangerous. Nice run, Chris. So, Chris, one of the things we've been encouraging is coming through that clip 6. on the way back down the hill, that first inside clip on the way back down the hill, is to get people to sort of come into it more at an arc and more angle there, so that the snap across doesn't require you to back out and then sort of slow down through clip 7. So if you get the angle rotated in harder as you tuck up through 6, then the snap across will allow you to be on full throttle.
Okay, gotcha.
And I know it's different to the FD line, but we've just been finding that for whatever reason, this is the sort of stuff that just forces the cars to just give a better battle.
Yeah, I think
GTA 6 is normally really quick.
I'm still trying to just adjust that line since you guys
just
want the mid-line out of the keyhole.
Yeah.
So as soon as I figure that out, I'll be able to.
Yeah, it's just thinking about allowing the car to wash wider. We don't mind if you take a slightly wider line on the way out of the keyhole.
Okay.
It's what we want is for it to be as chaseable as possible. I'm loving watching that transit come screaming in behind you. It makes me laugh every single time.
I'm sorry, stay, I couldn't see.
So there, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. Flick along that length and then rotate and then get onto that power. That's it. And then you push up onto there and then your snap transition brings you onto the inside line.
I'll stop.
Nice, Chris. That was good.
I'm going to warn you of a backwards entry right now, Ryan.
Go up.
Alright, I'm gonna get wild with it.
Come on, leave me.
Absolutely love the sound of this Mustang.
I'm feeling it.
That was fantastic, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
That was real nice.
Yeah,
Chris,
that's what.
let me
That's
out.
why, that's why I like that. Now I get why those drivers that were going to the far left of the track were doing that type of initiation. It just sets you up so well to hit the apex. of
You
that
guys won't
inside.
make it if I send you out. Yeah, it really does. But the advantage of stopping it from happening here is that it again is another thing that empowers the chase driver. Because if the guy gets you off the line, or if you're in a slower car, then you've got all of that room to be able to make that Sanpatsu entry that gives you the extra speed through that second half of the initiation. So by restricting it, we're forcing the lead to make a more chaseable battle.
Gotcha. No, I get it. Everything is more about the chaseable battle, more impactful for, watching and makes it more exciting. Yeah.
And it makes it more exciting for drivers, It's pretty fucking tedious if you basically got 2 solo runs. Alright, let's see this. Let's see this. So this allows your flick. It gets Cormac, allowing him that movement to come up. Oh, God! Onto your door, but he takes a little bit too much of it.
I chased Chris.
Yeah?
You want to chase
Like,
me?
that is, not Ennis.
Who wants to chase me?
Ryan.
The Delphine machine.
I don't know if anyone else has installed the Delphine livery yet.
No,
I haven't quit
they
out
don't
and done
really
it,
have.
but... so that everyone understands, those of you who are just joining the stream now, we've had a change of livery from Ryan. He sent it in so that he could get his changed over to something that he himself has made. I'm going to hold you guys there because you won't make it otherwise. Let's watch Cormac on a practice run. And then we'll go back across to
Oh,
Chris.
for God's sake.
Micah. Oh, Cormac's braking. So, guys who are watching, Cormac's braking very, very late to hook the keyhole. So, if you're looking for a way to stay on him, it looks like he's not braking until after clip 3, pretty much. And it's taking him wide, but it means that his slowdown is very, very controlled. Right, here we go. Ryan chasing in. Chris Leica from FD fame. Here we go. Very straight line entry from Ryan in the chase position. Chris nicely hooking it up the hill. Here's the big slowdown. This is a crucial part. Ryan just managing to wrangle it. No, he did drop a wheel. That's going to be the problem with the Mustang, is when he's pushing hard onto someone's door, it's trying to make sure that he actually doesn't drop that wheel over the back, because it's so much longer. But look at the speed it's got in the transition. Ryan, wow. Oh, that made me slightly chubby in my pantaloons area.
I'll not mess up the start this time. That really mugged me off at the beginning.
Goodbye, Chris.
Chris has absolutely got that S15 hooked up off the line now. Look at it go. Whoa, that's a nice line from Chris Lycup. Is he going to be able to hold it, wrangling it up into that D-cell zone? Yeah, and here's Ryan out of nowhere. Just diving past people. Look at that. Good transition from Ryan. This is the kind of thing. They're the Mustang strong.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Oh.
Had a bit of a bumper bump there.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm excited. I want to see you guys in a matchup. That was phenomenal.
Get some fresh tires. Let me give you a chase, Ryan.
Yep. Who's next to me? I feel like the Delphine machines give me some.
It's added some vim and vigour to your driving. That constant slight erection you're driving with is obviously doing you good. Maybe where the blood is now drained out of your brain, you're not overthinking things.
Possibly. Watch me mangle this lead now.
Nice run coming up.
Maybe
Look,
I've just been missing the pink. That's what it is.
just needed more pink. You always drive better in a slightly girlier car. That looked like a nice run, Steve, from what I could see in the distance. It's coming. It's just a practice thing. This is a track that takes mastering. Here we go.
Oh, that thing is fast.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, you fucker.
Oh, God, considering how fast Ryan is up that section, Chris, you did some impressive work catching him back up with him. Now the transition, can you hold with it?
Oh, that's a break there.
Nice.
Could have extended on the last corner a little bit further, but
Yeah, so Ryan, just to warn you again, we are going to penalise lead cars that use the inside rumble strips on the way back down the hill.
yeah, I was trying to avoid Chris.
I know, but I'm just putting it back out there again, because when you it wasn't that one, the first one, that was a problem. It was more the second one.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was more the. Right, I'll fix it on the next one.
That's been done. We'll try and get on a bit earlier tomorrow and get a bit more practice in.
All right, Steve. Well, it's good driving, and it is getting better. I know you're frustrated with it, but it's getting better, and we'll have a chance. If you're coming on, are you going to be able to get on in the morning?
No, my work's fine.
Okay, no worries. Well, we'll at some point.
At 5:30 in the morning.
I was hoping I might be able to switch across and quickly give you some time on setup, but it is starting. Oh my God, Ryan! It is starting to look like the setup's still working for you. It's just going to be getting that rhythm together and finding your way around the track. But it was definitely improving.
Yeah. To be honest, I've not been feeling great all week either, so.
Then don't beat yourself up. If you're not feeling 100%, then trying to drive a track that you're not feeling so confident on naturally, that's problematic. So.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Catch you all later.
Take it easy.
Ah.
No, don't go. If Chris, if Ryan's backed out, you just stay back up there because the timing gets tight. Oh, Cormac's having a waver there. I think if nothing else, then this practice session has been good for Chris Lycup, discovering that he needs to jump the start to keep with the Mustang into turn 1.
Absolutely.
I would suggest it'll probably be the same with the RX-8 because that thing off the line is ballistic fast.
Jesus Christ, Chris!
It's pretty quick. It was pretty quick off the line.
Right. Looking forward to this one with Cormac again. Let's have a look at what's going on down there. Someone else. Oh, it's good to see the BMW back out on track. We haven't seen one of those out for a while. As Bobby Hill hooks it up into that top section. Yeah, that's looking nice there. Really good and controlled through the transition. Oh, God, and just as I say that, you get absolutely murdered. It looked like an error in the lead position, though. Right, here we go. Cormac Guard, Chris Lycup off the line. And a Ryan Sider as well. No, Ryan can't make it through the cones. Oh my word. Tell you what, Chris. You're looking fast in the 15.
Sorry, Cormac. I'm fine.
I deserved it.
You're looking really fast in that S15. Let's have a look at some of the stuff on the chat.
Cool. That's good to hear.
Crotch shot? When was the crotch shot? Oh, it's because you joined in last time and saw the crotch shot when you joined in Live Fast. Hope you're well, man. Right. Well, you can see the other thing that's a feature here at Atlanta, one of the things we have set up is the night time. So at the moment you can see as we go through the stream that things are starting to get a little bit darker. We'll be switching over to a night. It's sort of an evening into nighttime event. We think the top 32 should pretty much take up all the time that it takes to get to this stage. We are, 2 hours since I restarted the server. Might need to move the start time an hour later so that it comes in a little bit sooner. Because we want to be pretty much hitting this point about an hour and a half in where it starts to get dark and the lights come on. So I might move that later. But the idea is that we finish up under the lights, same as they do at the real event. It changes the track temperatures, it changes everything, it actually adds some dynamics to the way things work. So it should be a really good event. We're going to leave you there. We're going to finish up with practice. It's been a couple of hours we've been looking at this. I hope you've had fun with us looking into the track this week. We will catch you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat place. 2000 UTC on the stream. Just seeing that, sorry. MCDM, CDM, where can I get the Mazda RX-8? It's part of the car pack that's currently available on our Discord. Go to it via the website, tsujigiri.world. And you'll be able to get all of the cars that are currently on track in front of you. So they're all available as a car pack. I'm going to send these guys a couple more times, and we will see you tomorrow, 2000 UTC, on the Twitch, on the YouTube, and on the Facebook channel. All of those available for you guys to come and tune in, and we will see you then. Hope you have a lovely Friday, and see you Friday night tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.